Salam and peace, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on my second episode of Live to Fight or Fight to Live. And if you've enjoyed the first episode, thank you very much. If you watched it, I really appreciate it. I hope you've taken something from it and you've learned something, or you can pass on it to somebody else. Much grateful. Thank you very much for watching. Now, for the second episode of Live to Fight or Fight to Live, I bring you other individuals who have not been shown on the first episode. I'm going to get straight into it. I found David Ong, who is a wrestling coach in Wrestling Academy in Manchester. Does combat sport reduce antisocial behavior? Now, this is a topic that is very, very close to home sometimes. And I have dealt with this personally. I have some experience dealing with certain individuals in my hometown to reduce and help those people to move away from antisocial behavior, say like violence, knife crimes and stuff like that. So I asked David Ong, who's been in the wrestling industry for a long time. He's a wrestling coach himself, and he has some very, very interesting point to say. Let's get into it.
Definitely. It gives them structure and discipline in life, especially wrestling. It's a great sport for it, not just in the UK. If you look around the world, some of the top wrestlers in the world are from Russia, from America, from Iran. They're such disciplined, and outside of the sport, they're like superheroes. In the UK, some of the kids we've got, really, really disciplined kids, very polite, very, very clever. They're tough as nails as well. I think the problem we've got with kids is that they don't know what they want to do, and I don't think it's a sport-related thing. I think it's an education-related thing. At the end of high school, they just sort of shake hands, give the teachers a hug and goodbye, and there's no sort of exploration of what people can do after school. It's kind of like, this is what we've got to offer, take your pick. But at that age, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what your future looks like. I think there needs to be a little bit of an exploration into what kids want to do, what they're good at. If you can focus a little earlier in school on what they're good at and what subjects sort of they have an affinity to earlier on, because not everybody's good at English, not everybody's good at maths. I mean, a lot of the fighters in the UK at the moment, and even in the UFC, from Russia, from Iran, from Afghanistan, they're all tough as nails. They've had such hard lives and gone through such adversity. The mindset's just different. It's different. Look at Mo, look at Mohammed. It's just different. Mentally, they're different. The first on the mat, last off the mat. People don't train like that over here. People don't have that intensity.
People from, say, like Dagestan or other poor countries as well, who are very, very disciplined, very disciplined. He alludes to the point where, is it the failing school system's fault of why we have children or young guys leaving school and finding themselves involved in violence and knife crimes and other antisocial behavior? Is it the school's fault? Is the school failing to recognize and tackle the situation? Or is it from home, where parents are failing to discipline their children or raise them and nurture them to be good citizens? Where does it lie? Where's the root cause for this, So I don't have the answers for all this, but I hope you guys give me that. I asked a young gym member, about his thoughts of why he chose combat sport.
I would say, I don't even know myself. I would rather, myself, if I didn't come gym, I didn't give myself time. First of all, I would be a bit depressed, because then I don't have anything to take my anger out. I would start chilling with the wrong crowd of people instead of coming gym, making new friends, making the right friends actually. Because where I'm from, it's a bit rough ends, a bit boys that fuck about and stuff. So I can end up with them, start carrying knives and stuff. But it's nice, I like it here, come gym, practice.
That actually is some of the case for a lot of youngsters out there who have this a lot of aggression in them, a lot of anger in them, but they need an avenue to release all that tension and stress or whatever it is, frustration that they're feeling. So this gym member understands who he is and what he is, and he's chosen a combat sport to navigate through his mental thoughts and his frustration and try to release it in a very positive manner, become something out of it. So he's using his disadvantage to his advantage. He's using his aggression to mold himself to be a better person all around.
One day I was about 24 and my friends used to watch the UFC and MMA and used to watch it all the time, but I used to just watch scrapping. Do you know what I mean? I thought, this is sick. This is sick. I reckon I'd be good at this. And that was it. That was it. I just said to my boy, Slick on, yeah, he's called Slicks. I said, Slicks, why don't we just go and train, man? Why don't we just try it? He said, yeah, sweet, let's go. I said, boom, let's go. And then we went. Next week, I went to Manchester Predators for about a week, but it was a bit of a mission because I was all over the gaff, just doing whatever I was doing at the time. It was just hard to consistently be there. And I attended the classes for a week and I was exhausted. The warm-up exhausted me. I used to smoke cigarettes. Dark. I used to smoke cigarettes, man. And I remember just looking at everyone just comfy, just gliding through the warm-up. And I thought, I can't smoke no more. Just cut smoking off. And I met a guy at college. I was doing a sports leadership course. And he said, there's a gym opening around here. And I said, yeah, an MMA gym. He's like, yeah, the coach there is just a sick coach, mate. Like, I think you'd like him. I went there and just clicked straight away. Shout out to Martin Staper. And honestly, like, it changed my whole outlook and just the way I thought on mixed martial arts and life in general, you know. Like, I literally just cut any bad habits out and just turned up to the gym daily. And it just changed my life. Like, naturally just changed my life. Like, over the course of 2 months, the more I trained, the more I wanted to be a better sportsman. I actually viewed myself as a sportsman. Before, I couldn't have thought, I'm going to be an athlete, I'm going to be a sportsman. I just woke up and I decided I was going to be one, and I became one, and it's that simple. I just genuinely believed it because I wanted to do that. That's what I wanted to do. I found my passion, I found what I was good at. So alongside that, I was teaching music. I was a TA and I used to cover the GCSE music classes at the school. So I was kind of balancing that because I was also good at music. I had a few tracks on One Extra at the time. I went to college studying music. But as much as I was in it, I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I was 2 foot in this. Like I just wanted to do it. Like, that was that. So I was still balancing music and rolling around my guys that was DJing and doing bits. But them guys was cutting out to Ibiza. And I was thinking, I can't be out in Ibiza and be an athlete. It's not for me, that. So I used to send them tracks and they used to run my tracks out in Ibiza. And I'd just be in the dungeon grinding, man. And I'd much rather be in the dungeon grinding still to this day than in Ibiza. I can tell you that 100 million trillion % Brazilian.
Rather than chilling and enjoying himself and partying or clubbing or whatever it was, he diverted all his energy and his attention towards developing himself, improving himself, to see what he can do with it. Because he was always, like I said, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and trying to figure out who he is and what he is and what piqued his interest, what sparked his passion, sort of things. And he found MMA to be an avenue that he can see a career in or future in. Now, at the time, I'm sure he didn't think of it as something that he could make money out of it or success out of it. He just thought, listen, this is something that I like doing, I have a great passion for, I love doing it, and he just got into it. My next guest, who I interviewed, is called Kelsey Barnes. Now, Kelsey Barnes is somebody who is competing or will be competing in the British Championship as a wrestler. Yeah, she has tremendous work ethic, and in the interview, she sounds very humble and very, very low key sort of composure, but on the mat, mate, she's like an animal. Flipping out, she could take on big adults, take on a few guys in wrestling, but she's very humble to talk to. So I spoke to her and I asked her, what drives you? What is the fire in you that's pushing you to work so hard? Because I've seen one of their training grounds and the way they train, it is grueling, absolutely brutal the way they train. I actually got an interview of her after her training, and I was just gobsmacked. So I asked her, by the way, what drives her? What is the fire in your stomach that always wants to compete and improve yourself? What's that fire? What's that spark in you?
I don't know where it's come from, but it's just having the mindset of like going to training every night, not going like out of it. Because at my age now, all my friends are in university, apart from me, so they're out every single night, and I go to training and then come home at the weekends. They're out sending me, I can see it all over social media of them out, and I'm sat at home because I know that I've got to train in the morning. So it's like, what's that phrase? It's like mind over matter. Like you've just, I do believe that if anyone puts their mind to something, they can achieve it. Like it's not, you don't have to be a certain person. It's just, if you really want it, you can do it. There's nothing stopping you. It's just, you've got to have a strong mind. But I don't think it's certain individuals have it and don't. I think everyone can do it. It's just whether you want to push yourself in that way.
Kelsey Barnes is somebody who is a member of the Team England squad, and she's gonna be competing, or will be, or is competing. I'm not really sure when it's coming out. She's competing in the 62 kg category, and she's part of the Team England squad. So I asked Adam Heiss that, are all your gym members trying to achieve to be a great fighter, or are there other reasons?
I think here you've got lots of different reasons. You have people that have got, goals to become, like you say, a great fighter. You have people that just want to know how to handle someone, that just want to be good at wrestling because they know it's important. If you get into a fight or something like that, wrestling can be very handy. So I think and for personal fitness reasons, you push yourself more here when you've got to wrestle someone, you've got to try and beat them than you might do if you just go to the gym or you just go jogging. You can be lazy. You can't be lazy here. Someone will just throw you. You don't want to be thrown, so you just got to, you've got to fight.
One of the gym members there, I think somebody you may know, somebody who is very humble, somebody who is young, ambitious. This member is called Muhammad Mukai. Let's see what he has to say when I asked him, what is your dream?
I didn't become youngest UFC champion. I still got 11 months to go, and I just want to show that I came as a refugee background. I came here as a refugee in 2012. I was about to get deported in 2017, and I want to show the future to people, not just refugees, all people that struggles, especially younger generation, because I'm still young, to show that even if you're going through the struggles, you don't need to have good house, good full fridge, good connections, money. You still come to the gym, any gym. I believe if you don't have money to afford the gym, you come and speak to the coach, explain your situation. If that gym doesn't accept you, I used to clean mats to get free membership. Now I'm getting like 50K as a bonus from UFC, you know what I mean? So my life changed. I used to clean mats to get free membership. I never was shy to tell the coach I have no money, but I want to be best in the world. And if that coach doesn't accept you, if I doubt anyone who is gonna refuse you. I believe 99% coach gonna do that for you. But if they don't do this, they're a piece of shit, I think, for me, So, I mean, they will support you.
That's his take on his ambitions of why and how much passion he has for the game, and his dream is to become the youngest UFC champion. Someone who had no money to ask and request the gym authorities that can he train here. He has no money, so he tried mopping and helping out because he couldn't pay for it. Now he is somebody who's a UFC fighter and a real candidate to become a UFC champion. And he's still young, still very young, and very humble. When I spoke to him, he's a very humble guy, very down to earth kind of guy, and he's just a nice guy to talk to. Now, I went to a place near Burnley called Padiham. Now, the reason why I travelled all the way over there, especially for this one geezer, and he's absolutely the most nicest guy I've ever met, right? Nicest guy. And the reason why I travelled all the way over there, because when I found out about his backstory and his struggles in life, drug addiction, attempted suicide, and his whole upbringing and everything else, and what he hopes to achieve, all these things, absolutely, he's a legend in the making, if not, right? If he's not a legend by now, he's a legend in the making, and he's doing some amazing work for the community there to help those kids, to help the youth there achieve their potential that he never had when he was young. So I asked him, to achieve greatness, does one have to go through struggle and hardship? His name is Seamus Devlin.
100% agree. Adversity is necessary. Adverse points are necessary. It's like you can't have good without evil. How can good prevail if you don't have evil? Do you know what I mean? These are necessary things, adversity. And this is the problem, I think, now with the generations. There's too many mixed messages, misinformation, social media, and not enough gyms and mentors and life coaches. That's the problem now. So they're coming to their own conclusions. They're finding it with these influencers and whatever else when it should be in the local gym with the people that have been there, seen it and done it. Because now that people think adversity is something to shy away from or wrap them in bubble wrap and get it's necessary. You have to take your licks, so to speak, lick your wounds and then heal and go forward. Falling is very necessary. Falling's a massive part of it. You've got to get back up. But I 100% agree with you on that statement. It's correct, 100%.
To understand your purpose in life, you have to go through hardship and struggles. You have to. It's just one of those things. You can't earn that by just asking for it. You can't request it, you can't buy it. You have to go through the struggles. You have to go through hardships in order to earn that level of respect, to earn that status that you need or want. And I believe we all have a purpose in life. If we don't let our children, our youth, our kids go through struggle in life and don't go through hardship in life, then they won't achieve or understand their full potential. If being great was easy, then everybody will be doing it. Like an Olympic champion, or Mike Tyson in boxing, or Khabib in UFC. They are great legends within their industry, and they didn't achieve that by just trolling along. They achieved it through hardship, through struggle, and a lot of hard work. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate you watching this. If you learned something, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Wait for the next episode. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.